Hey Huskies, Mr. Ramirez here. How you guys doing? Welcome to our second virtual learning class. I am here in my home in Houston, Texas, about to share with you guys some of my favorite ways to combat anxiety. What is anxiety, you ask? Anxiety is that feeling you have sometimes in your stomach or in your heart, in your brain, that tells you that you're worried about something. Okay, anxiety is extreme worry. It can feel lots of different ways. Maybe it feels like a tummy ache. Maybe it feels like a headache. Maybe it just feels like your muscles are all tensed up and you can't really feel relaxed. Anxiety is a pretty scary thing. And a lot of us might be feeling that right now because we just don't know what's happening. Maybe we are not sure if we're going to see our friends again at school or our teachers. Maybe we're not sure if everyone's going to be okay. Maybe you think everyone's going to get sick. But trust me when I say that all of this is temporary. I hope this isn't backwards. I think it might be since I'm using the front part of my camera. I don't have a cameraman or a camerawoman to help me with this, so this word temporary means that it only lasts for a little while. Okay, it's not a forever thing. The goal is to one day be back to normal, go back to school, go back to work, go back to doing all the fun things. But for now, we have to just sort of stay in place, and that means being home. Staying home is the way we are going to help each other not pass the coronavirus, okay? Maybe you're feeling a little restless. What does that mean? That means that you find it hard to relax and just stay still because you're used to always moving and playing, and you're used to having recess and getting picked up after school and having a schedule, and so it's really different now. But that's okay. Remember, it's only temporary. It's not going to last forever. And hopefully it'll happen sooner than later. But the faster we all work together to stop this virus, the faster we'll get back to normal. So remember to help your parents by reminding them to say, let's stay home. Okay, that's one of the reasons why we're not at school right now, is because we are practicing social distancing, which means that we are keeping a nice space between us and other people so that we don't make them sick or get sick ourselves. Okay. I wanted to share with us, with all of you and myself, because this is something that I do as well, a meditation sort of technique, and it comes from a game that's called Mindful Kids that we use in class, and this is called A Peaceful Place. All right, so what I want you to do right now is I want you to sort of find yourself in a comfortable position. Maybe that means sitting up. We're going to open up our lungs and we're going to close our eyes as we listen to how to find our peaceful place. So you can lie down if you like, or you can just sit up and let your arms rest loosely by your side. Okay, relax those muscles. Don't be tense. Now I want you to imagine that you are in your own peaceful place where you feel happy and safe. Now, while you're in this imaginary peaceful place that's in your brain, I want you to notice the details of the landscape. I want you to listen for those imaginary animals, or listen to that imaginary stream flow by. I want you to take a deep breath and smell the trees and the flowers and the fresh air. This is your peaceful place. Now, while you're in this peaceful place, I want you to imagine that you're doing something fun for you. You can ride on a whale, you can fly next to an eagle, or you can run next to an elephant. This is your peaceful place, and here you can do whatever your imagination lets you. Now, before you leave this peaceful place, I want you to know that there's a gift for you here. And this gift is just for you. I want you to find it. Use your imagination to open that gift. And what is inside is just for you. Now return the present back into its place and know that it'll be there when you come back. Say goodbye to all your peaceful places, friends, and animals. And now take a deep breath and bring your attention back to the sounds around you now. Open your eyes and let me ask you, can you hold this peaceful place in your heart now and come back to it when you need it? Maybe there are times when you feel really, really stressed out. Parents feel stress a lot because they have to work and take care of the families. Sometimes you feel really stressed out during testing time, or maybe you're about to perform or present something for the first time and you get really nervous. You may even feel something called panic. Panic is a feeling of strong fear that leaves you unable to think clearly. When you feel panic, your mind is racing, your heart's racing, and you can't think straight because your brain is just going crazy, right? That would be a good time to go to your peaceful place, to breathe and to find your calm so that you can have clear thoughts and think about what to do next. I have my singing bowl that I have in my class. I brought it for us today so that we can maybe find something to focus on. Maybe we're really having a hard time imagining our peaceful place, but maybe we can focus on a sound like the rain falling, or a ceiling fan, or maybe the purr of a kitten, or maybe the singing bowl if you listen. Close your eyes and listen for the sound of the bowl. Breathe in deeply. And stop. That sound can take your brain away from the things that are worrying you. Or maybe sometimes you have worries inside and you know that they're bothering you, and one of the best ways to get worries out of you is to talk about them, to tell your parent or just tell somebody you trust that you know cares about you. Maybe you even have a special imaginary friend, or like me, you have a worry doll. I made this worry doll in Crafty Kids, and I'm going to teach you guys how to make one next time, okay? But today we're going to tell you how this works. So, for example, maybe you're really worried about the STAR test, and you know that you studied, but something in you still tells you that you're just not ready. And so you tell your worry doll, Phil, I'm really nervous, and I know that I'm going to do well, but I'm still scared. And I know that if I go to bed early and if I eat a good breakfast and I'm ready, I'll do really good on the test, but something inside of me is still really scared. So can you please tell those scary thoughts to go away? I'm going to put my scary thoughts under the pillow, and then, maybe in the morning when I wake up, they'll be gone. So let's share those thoughts with your worry doll. Let them know that they can take the worries away for you. Parents are great for that too. You can tell your mommy and your daddy what you're worried about, and then they can maybe find the right words to help you feel better. Phil can't talk back to you the way a mom or a dad or a brother or a sister or a dad can. So feel free to find your ways of getting your worries and anxieties out, because keeping them in is not a good thing. You have to share what's happening with others so that they can help you, okay? So we'll do a worry doll craft next week, but in the meantime, find a human that you trust, that you can tell what you're feeling inside, that they can help you, okay? And then finally, what we're going to do is we're going to read from the book, How to Help Your Dragon Deal with Anxiety, okay? And this is a great book that we use in class. It says, "Hello, my name is Drew, and I'm pleased as I can be, that you have picked this book to read, and I'm sure that you will agree that there is so much to learn from the pages of a book when you open the cover and you just take a look." This is my dragon, Diggory-Doo, and I have quite a tale to share. It's about the lesson that Diggory learned when he became aware. of the time that he was wasting over worry and distress. He suffered from anxiety, and he fretted to excess. Once Diggory had to take a test in mathematics class, and though he studied very hard, he feared he wouldn't pass. "What if?" he asked. "I'm scared I may forget," he cried, "the lesson that I've learned." He paced the floor and wrung his hands. Diggory was so concerned. Diggory plays basketball. His team is not too bad, but every night before a game, Diggory gets very sad. "What if I shoot and miss?" he cried. "What if we lose the game? What if my coach gets mad at me and says that I'm to blame? What if, he keeps asking. Diggory loves camping trips. He's handy, I'll admit. He'll huff and puff a dragon flame to keep the campfire lit. But when he was a little guy, he'd worry about and complain. Our weekend plans will be ruined if it begins to rain. He was worried about the rain, but it's something that he couldn't control. Diggory had a book report he had to give at school. Diggory was a nervous wreck, and he really lost his cool. All the other kids would laugh at me. They'll tease me, and they'll make fun. Diggory had given up before he had even begun. That's really hard to read. Diggory got anxious when he had to get a shot or go see the doctor, and he would cry, "Oh, I'd rather not." "A shot will make you well," said the doctor. "It's nothing that you should dread." But Diggory shook his head, and then he went to hide under his bed. He said, "I'd rather not." Poor Diggory had a meltdown. Every single day, he clearly needed help to make the worry go away. "Diggory, I told him, there are things that you can do when you are feeling anxious and you don't know what to do." Will I make it? Really, he thought. Like when you have a test to take and you fear that you won't succeed. Just change your point of view. It's all you really need. The inventor of the light bulb, who gave the world electric light, tried thousands of times, and he failed before he finally got it right. "I'm not giving up," said Thomas Alva Edison, "so I have to study better." So when you fail a test, it's not so bad. For goodness sakes, just be like Thomas Edison, who learned from his mistakes. Diggory said that these were things he never knew before. "This advice is helpful, Drew. Please, won't you tell me more?" And Drew just did that. "Of course," I said to Diggory. "Here's some more advice. When you ask what if, then you should think of something nice instead. So instead of rain clouds, think of the rainbow that may come. Don't ask what if we lose or what if the coach gets mad at me. Ask what if I win the game and I'm the MVP. And don't be anxious when the weather interferes with your every plan. It makes no sense to worry about stuff that you can't prevent or plan. If your camping trip is canceled, there are other things to do, like bake some cookies or play games or read a book or two. That sounds like fun, right? And when you have a speech to make, don't panic or be scared. Just practice and be ready. You'll do fine if you're prepared. You gotta get ready. When it comes time for shots and other things you'd rather not, take a deep breath and count to 10, and then think a happy thought, like flying a kite or eating ice cream after. Now, when you're feeling anxious, Diggory has the tools to choose. For any stressful situation, he simply just has to pick one of these techniques to use. Now my dragon isn't anxious as often as he was before. No longer does he have to wring his hands or cry or pace the floor. Learn a lesson from the dragon to remove your worried frown. You can be like Diggory Doo, the chillest dragon in town. Yay! Alright, you guys. So remember that anxiety and worry and panic are real feelings. And we have to find ways to help ourselves feel better. So remember to breathe. You can meditate. You can focus on a sound to distract you. You can read a book, watch a movie. You can tell somebody about how you're feeling, and that's the way that you will take care of these feelings that seem to be out of control. Be like Diggory Doo. Find a technique that works for you. All right? So Phil says, see you later. Remember your peaceful place, and I'll see you next time where we're going to learn how to make a worry doll. Bye, friends.